Now come to other stage, like the distributive public policies there. These are concerned with proper distribution of basic or new resources among the public there. This kind of policies aim to ensure proper distribution of opportunities, goods and services among different needy sections of society. See the welfare policies, public distribution system there. So, this is also marked by a macro policy setting like equity, equality, whereby the government feels that the purchasing power of lower sections of the people needs to be augmented by giving subsidies directly to the poorer sections of the people. This policy over a period of time underwent a lot of change, and now these are aimed at creating a kind of a level playing field, that you need to actually protect sections of the people who cannot possibly bear the high cost of living. Therefore, the state resorts to distributive public policies there. Again, the macro context here is that equity, isn't it? As I told you, like inequalities, if they are allowed to accentuate in the economy, they lead to social unrest. Therefore, the state comes down to the distributive public policies to maintain balance and also the order here. Distributive public policies promote distributive justice. The government has ownership on certain assets and distributes wealth as such, and perceived it according to the interpretation of a just society. Distributive public policy examples are many, like education sector in India. The public sector in India broadly protects the interests of large number of people who cannot pursue higher education unless subsidized by the governments. So, state subsidy for professional development programs or professional education is facilitated through scholarships to students, especially for pursuing higher education. School subsidies like midday meal scheme, state government's programs for upgrading computer knowledge in schools. Then comes the contracts for designing and constructing school buildings or providing them with washroom facilities in schools for adolescent girls and reducing their dropout rate, and non-regulatory licenses like called the free uniform and books to students, and issue of bus passes, for instance, library cards to school children, or subsidizing many school related or college or university related there. The third aspect then is redistributive policies, which are the third most important type that we have included in the course there. They aim at changing the distribution of the existing resources. Certain assets and benefits are divided disproportionately in a country, and certain sections of society and people, when they take advantage of that, the policy is modified with an aim to redistribute the same there. Examples are social security policies, and including range of what is called benefits or exemptions allowed under income tax there. Redistribute policies by nature are dynamic. They do not have any standard goals or laws, except that say it corrects any malfunctioning of system there, and redistributive policies undergo changes even during their implementation depending on the circumstances. For example, public policies aiming at arresting social unrest and arresting what is called farming distress, and overcoming that, came out with a program called Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee program in the beginning, later it became act there, and NRLM for improving the SHG movement. And these have to be taken for a kind of a improvisation at every stage, making them suitable to the field circumstances in order to reach the targets there. So, redistribution can be like where in areas where the wages are low or not equal between men and women, MNREGA addresses this issue and resorted to the redistributive policy as such there. Purpose of redistribution is to promote equality, as we noted earlier. The low income houses, for instance, where government uses public funds to provide affordable housing, and government taxes the rich people in order to derive income and later distribute the same among the poorer sections of the people. This is a quite common method adopted by democratic governments across the world in order to achieve a kind of a social equality. In order to achieve this goal, the government redistributes the powers of its officers. Government allocates more power to executives to promote FDI in the country, and this would power what is called equality movements as such there. And this is not depriving anybody there, but keeping in mind the obligations of the governments as such there.